Hello everyone, it's finally stopped raining here, so I can finally do a video at long last. So today's video is going to be all about my overwintering in my garage. So if you watched the previous videos, basically the overwintering one, it was a case of I just got all the stuff in and I've sort of just left it to it in the garage. Left it to its own devices. I've only been in here a couple of times, not really locked it out. So basically all I've done, come in here, which you've seen in previous videos, just put some lights in all the way around, which I'll just switch on now. Just show you what I mean. So there we go. And I had a BioGreen palm heater, which was set up to a thermostat. If you can see it, doesn't really pick up very well on the camera. So basically I set that up to 5 degrees. But to be honest with you, it was all to do with the price, you know, with gas and electric. Well, only the electric really, considering in here, you know, going for the roof. But it's only really been on when we had the deep freeze for a week or so, and then last week when it just dropped a little bit. But it hasn't really been on. It's sort of been hovering around, I don't know, about 5 to 6 degrees. So it hasn't been on, which is great. That's the whole purpose of it, because it's how to overwinter cheap inside. But my only issue is inside the garage, which I mentioned in the previous video. As you can see, it's got a lot worse. Is the garage roof leaks, and all I've been doing is coming in here. You can see the water inside there. It's all over the floor. If you can see it, it's gone, which doesn't really bother me because we're going to knock the garage down in a couple of years. But the issue is it's the water. It's the humidity in here now. So there's a lot of moisture, which isn't very good for the plants, especially the palms and things like that, and the overwintering. So it's just very wet and damp. So I've got to be really careful now because of mold and the airflow. So yeah, so I'll leave that little bit of rambling. I'll just take a little stock. Right, I just thought I'd just stop the video there, just a quick one. So this is a composite garage, obviously it's just concrete on the outside. Really important, I just thought I'd mention this, it's not just the concrete garage on it. I have actually, just switch the light on a sec. I have actually insulated on the inside, so it is insulated, and then it's cladded on the outside. So this isn't just a concrete garage, it's also insulated. So right, I just thought I'd mention that, so that obviously does pay respective to the price of me electric. So it's going to be a little bit warmer in here, so it's not just a concrete garage. Okay, so I'll carry the video on. Right, so just took a little step back again. So as you can see, you know, because of the water, you can see it's really getting to the seeds. So what I'm going to do now is get them inside, and as I just done one, if you can see it, I'll wash my hands off after. There's a rice and a seed. So I'll go and get all these cracked all open and see that little bit. Right, and then as I said, you know, the water, you know, because of mold. Look at the state of these. These are the mother-in-law's tongs. As you can see, only little cheap ones, but these are dead now. These have had it. But again, it's all about a learning curve, what you can keep inside a garage or inside a shed. You know, it's insulated, you know, at 5 degrees. So I'm not really bothered about losing them. They're done, so I'll get rid of these. But if you look here, the brugmansias. Still can't even believe they're still trying to grow. You can see. So there you go. Obviously I've not watered anything inside here. So the next ones are the bottle brush palm seedlings that I grew. So here, again, because of the heat, these need heat. So you can see speckled. So if anyone could advise me or tell me what the plan is, what to do with these, I'm going to get these, just put them on inside the kitchen. But obviously it's a lot warmer in there, gets up, you know, 15-20 degrees. Give them a bit more natural daylight through the patio doors. Don't think my missus is going to be happy seeing it, but I'm going to give it a go. She can have a nice surprise when she gets home. So see what the response is to that one. Obviously I brought this in the Fatsia spider's web, because it's too small to be outside. The frost will just kill it in a little pot like this. But Look at the size of that little leaf all coming on now. So that's a bonus. The yellows. I don't know if these are hardy or not. I don't even know what type it is. But look at that. That's still pushing out in the crown. So yeah, look at that. Safely overwinter them. Zoom in here. The cactuses. No, I don't really want to touch these because these bad boys are, again, not watered at all. See that? They look all fine. Next ones are, there you go, if I zoom out a little bit now, are the Musa Bastu pups that I took off. Oh, stem, pseudostem's solid. Obviously these ones are flopped over here. See, again, because of cold, but this one's still trying to push out. That one's certainly pushing out. So it also, again, not watered, but the moisture in there, it's, yeah, so see. So I'm not worried about them, they'll keep going back. So again, try and keep growing these out. Here's another one. Here's my overwintered, very, very small tetrapanics. Now it's just started to, nothing up with it, it's growing away, but the big leaves have all come off. So again, moisture in there. So again, try and get a better airflow in here. Some of this stuff needs drying out. What has hit really bad, so again, since my channel's all about communicating with people and telling me, you know, what I'm doing right, I'm doing wrong, it's all a big learning curve, and it's also about me passing on, which these videos about experiences, what grows well, what doesn't grow well, is these here. I'll just pull that out. Look at that. This is the dwarf Cavendish. I get the which originally was this one, and they're all the pups off it which I grew. So look, there you go. Musa dwarf Cavendish. I already knew these aren't at all hardy in the UK. That's why they're in the garage. But the question is what I'm going to ask people, if anyone's done it. Obviously, they haven't been frost or anything. This is just solely too much moisture and there's not enough heat. So will these be exactly like the Musa Bastus outside? They've been hit, but will they regrow from the base? So what my plan is to do with these is to clean them up, chop them all off, and then I'm going to put them on the bottom shelf, and again just keep them ticking over. But will these regrow again in the springtime from there? If they do, you know, I'll keep them growing again, and then try and really dry them out and keep them going then over winter next year. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, sorry, dwarf Cavendish, you're going in the bin. Right, moving on then, we have got the Washingtonia robustas, the cat and pounds. Well, everyone knows it. If you leave these outside, they're going to get absolutely battered. They're going to look really bad. But if they're big enough outside and they've got a, you know, big enough root system, they will survive if you know, keep them covered up. But what I am surprised about, I touched these, I can still feel moisture in them, but there's no issue. They're not as wet as them other ones, but absolutely solid. But again, what has surprised me though, if I pull these back, look, they are still pushing new fronds out, which is absolutely brilliant. Look, I've got 6 of them and all of them are pushing. So if you watched again on the previous ones about these Washingtonias, these were originally bought as sticks, but yeah, starting to put some, hopefully, I said that last year, but they didn't really do much, but hopefully this year they are going to absolutely start growing away outside. I'm going to keep them in the same pots. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do no root disturbance, because obviously the root system wouldn't have filled these up, but next year hopefully we're going to get some much better growth outside of these. Right, the next one I'm going to talk about, which I've overwintered inside, the Musa sycamensis, which I'm actually really happy about considering what happened to the Musa Bastus, which have all flopped over. Look at this thing. That is grown. Well, it's growing. Somehow I have not watered these, but again, that is still damp in there. As you can see, it is it's too wet in here. See, if you look in there, look, moulding. So what it needs is, one, needs better airflow. Obviously it needs to be a lot drier in here, but even again, it's the same as the other ones, the Musa Bastus. hopefully these pups are going to be alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim off all these dead leaves now. Just and try and just get a bit of airflow. But over the next coming days now, the temperature's warming up, so I'm going to keep the garage door open. Try and get some airflow coming through them all. And, you know, hopefully get them going again. Right, the next ones is the Canary Island date palm. Originally, again, both very small. Again, I put my finger in there. That is wet. So, I'm surprised these are alright. But if they're outside in the garden, I suppose they'll be a lot wetter. Considering underneath the, you know, the lights, they haven't really deformed that much, the colour, the variation. And again, look, still pulling. So hopefully these will get going away. Look, there's the two little ones. I've only got these little three. I don't want too many because one is, will they survive? And have you lot out there had any issues with them outside? If they're growing well outside, let me know. Because hopefully one day these are going to be planted outside. Not at the moment, no, because they're still overwintering. See how much this has grown. It's up at the ceiling, that one. And that one. So I don't mind, I keep bringing them in. You know, as long as they get up to the garage and I can get, if I can get my back sorted out or I'll get other people to help me, we'll keep bringing them inside. Right, the Dracenias, look, they are, get that, mould dead. So again, if anyone's had these, obviously I'm going to pull all these off, get all this cleaned up, get that mould. Well, these reshoot again. Is it worth keeping again? Because that is wet through in there. That is done. So is it worth keeping them? Was that a binner or a goner? Right, the next one's the yucca elephantippes, if you can see them. Look at that. We've got there 3. I thought I had more than that, so I've only got 3. Again, these were really dirt cheap plants, only bought dead small. I know these can withstand, you know, 0 water. Again, look at that. I'm surprised, no damage on that. Thought they'd be a lot drier, but they're not. But again, still growing, still pushing very slowly. So again, even if moisture is a problem, I know these can survive now. Brilliant plant. Definitely, I tell you what, for the price of them, because they're dirt cheap, I might get some more. Because I'm always going to have a shed. I'm always going to be overwintering, especially at this temperature, because it's not too cold. It's all right. Right, from a previous video, as I said to you, I bought this terrible looking cheap Fatsia, and it's recovering nicely. Won't talk too much about that because, yeah, that's only just coming because I've only just bought that one. Right, if we can get in here, because I'm going to have to get in here sorted out. Let's just show you after this one. Here we are. Here's my Insulated Morellii. The big red banana. No, base is solid on that. That's okay. But again, it's got plenty of moisture in that, and it's still growing. Let's have a look at this one. If we can get in. All right. Ow, my back. Shouldn't be doing this. Oh, that's a bit wobbly. I don't know if that's root rot or what, so I'll have to get that out. But the main one here is, there you go. Here's another disaster. Look, too much moisture. This is what I'm on about now. Look, gone, dead. Too much. Look at that. See what I mean? It's too wet. I haven't watered these. This is just what's coming with the. When I did this in, I'm trying to think when did I have it? In December. So again, these will work, but obviously that soil needs to be dry. Not 100% dry. Still need a little bit of moisture, but it's just too wet. Right. So, how many plants have we got there then? So we have the Dracenias failed, the CRPDs, success, 2 of the Vestricosums, look at that, 2 out of 3, I'll take that. The Musa Bastus, I assume, touch wood will be alright. The Musa Sycamensis are fine. Can't believe the Yuccas, the Elephantippes, how well they're doing. I knew the Washingtonias would be alright, but considering how wet it is in here, that has surprised me. Obviously the dwarf Cavendish, I knew they wouldn't do. Yeah, so obviously the bottle bush seedlings, they're going to come in. Yeah, oh, one more thing just before I wrap it up. Here's the other ones. I had these bone dry at one point. Absolutely. These are the overwintered, you know, again, Morelli's. And obviously, because it's moisture, look at that. I thought these were bone dry. There was too much moisture. See that? Mould. So, what I'm going to do here, that's trying to get growing again. See how green it is. But the base is all gone. Look at that. Mould. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get these potted up. So we can get these just, I'm going to have to try and get them growing earlier. Get them up right. Again, Mrs. ain't going to like that because they're going to go inside. Right, so again, wintering over successes, and failures. So, yeah, so what I've got to do, get the rices done, get them potted up, get rid of all the dead stuff, and then hopefully we'll have a bit more hotter days, get a bit more airflow in here, so that's my plan. So if anyone else is overwintering inside, helps, tips, advice would be great. I love everyone's communication, so we all learn. Alright guys, till next time, thanks everyone for watching again, and hopefully, again, the warm weather is on its way and less freezes. Alright, cheers guys, see you again.